Around the time Margaret Mead was conducting research in Samoa, Bronislaw Malinowski, another pioneer of anthropology and ethnographic fieldwork, was in Melanesia. He shared Margaret Mead's interest in comparative child development and sexual mores, but rather than focusing on the psychological experience of adolescence, he was interested in family dynamics and the way sexuality organized behavior throughout the life cycle, from birth to puberty, partner choice, marriage, child-rearing, and death. Much as Mead questioned assumptions of adolescent turmoil, Malinowski proved that the nuclear family and its psychological dynamics, as experienced in the United States, were far from universal. Euro-American psychology of the time was very taken with oedipal dynamics, where growing boys were thought to be subconsciously longing to kill their fathers and supplant them in a sexual relationship with their mothers. These repressed drives manifested as father-son conflict which, once negotiated, resulted in a heteronormative adulthood. But the Trobriand society Malinowski studied was matrilineal. Subconscious desire for the opposite sex parent was not a concern in the Trobriands. Here, the most potent taboo was sexualized contact between brother and sister. And biological fathers played a tangential role in child rearing compared to uncles. While relationships between father and son remained relatively untroubled, conflicts tended to arise with the uncles, ostensibly spurred by resentments over power and authority. While written in fairly dry and scholarly prose, and aimed towards questioning ethnocentric Euro-American assumptions about family and sexuality, Malinowski's book shocked and titillated American audience for even talking about sexuality at all. The book was notorious for its title alone, often hidden behind the bookseller's counter. However, it was also an academic powerhouse that went on to have a lasting impact on the field. In fact, Malinowski's work was foundational in spurring the development of British social anthropology. He was highly influential as a proponent of long-term participatory fieldwork and the theory of functionalism. That is, that society's organization and practices serve to meet individual and collective human needs. If you'd like to learn more about Malinowski's work on cross-cultural psychology and anthropology's long-standing debates on the Oedipus complex, go to the third video in our kinship series. If you'd like to learn how Malinowski and others help bring about an anthropology off the veranda and into the field, check out our video on the history of ethnographic research methods.